Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, and there's a creeper creeping on me.
You've been creeped on?
Tree was trying to creep on me. I got him taken care of.
So, how you been?
Not bad, not bad. Just collecting some coal so I can actually do something with about these mobs.
Did you follow the news today?
Not much. I was actually kind of busy at work. Why? What happened?
Today was an interesting news cycle day. So about midday today, I'd say about noon or whatever, NBC
I
reported
would consider
that
noon approximately midday.
yeah, it was a good midday report from NBC News that Michael Cohen, Trump's attorney, was wiretapped prior to the raid on his offices. Did you hear about any of that?
I did not.
Okay, so that came out at noon, and about 4 p.m. they put out a correction that their leak was not true. He was not wiretapped, but they had been monitoring his calls as far as who was calling him. So I mean, during the day when this came out, I was creaming my pants without even touching myself. That was some of the best news. Good news. It's like when Lost first came out on television. It was good
I
stuff.
wouldn't say when Lost first came out. Maybe when about season 3 was coming out.
No. The fucking the fix was season 3. Whenever they had to say that he wasn't wiretapped. That was more. Season 3 was like after the writer's strike, right?
I think season 3 was right before the writer's strike. Maybe
Okay.
season 2. I would say the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning of Lost did not intrigue me. It was.
Really?
It was.
Man,
well,
I was
I never
hooked from
actually,
day one.
I never watched it until about. I think season 3 was out when I watched it. This was back.
Oh,
when
okay. So the
Blockbuster
hype had
Online
already
existed.
hit it. I see. No, I happen to be one of the few people. I mean, not few. I'm sure I'm sure that was one of the shows that was probably popular very early on. But yeah, I was one of those people that had been watching it from day one and very much enjoyed. But so yeah, I was really sad, and I wonder, do you think this hurts NBC News' credibility to have to go back and say, "Whoops, we had it wrong. He wasn't wiretapped."
Well, loses credibility to who? To Fox News people? Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, no, they haven't had credibility to those people. They've been fake news for a year or more, right?
I mean, not according to certain people.
I think the people that watch Fox News feel like NBC, CNN, all those they're very fake news, right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is I don't think NBC News had credibility at any point with the people that are Hannity and Friends viewers.
But I mean, that's the problem that you're running into now, is just because if you have a rival, you are now somebody who lost credibility. Just because of the sheer nature of the fact that you reported something potentially incorrectly, you now are fake news. I guarantee if that happened, if it hasn't happened already, because I didn't know about it, but that Trump has already talked about, NBC and their fake news and how
Right.
they cannot be trusted.
Like, to me, I feel like the fact that they owned up and were immediately like, all right, we fucked up. I feel like that gives them more credibility. I'm not like some NBC News fanboy or something like that either, so it's not like they're not like Delta to me or something. What I hate is whenever you dig some dirt, but it's not really dug. You know what I mean?
So we started this because I'm still having world problems. You guys probably saw that I have some like holes in the world, and Guude was like, no, everything's fine with me. Everything's fine.
No, this has been a vanilla Minecraft issue ever since they introduced enchants, where you dig out dirt too fast, and client argues with server. So server thinks the dirt still is real, but client thinks it's not, so you can't move through it because server's blocking you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, but that's different than your problem. You just got a problem.
I mean, I got many problems, but
So, I mean, I hate to continue to harp on politics because everyone hates it when we do this. Mainly you.
go on.
No, I'm just kidding. But did you see that Giuliani is representing Trump as his attorney now?
These I did see, these news articles, and I was quite confused. I didn't actually realize that Giuliani was anybody to be considered for a legal team.
I didn't either. I didn't know you could hire Rudolph Giuliani as your attorney. How old is that man at this point?
I mean, old enough, and that
Old
comes
enough.
out of the whole Stormy Daniels crap, which is you're basically claiming a victory on the aspect that you openly lied, but theoretically the lies you told probably weren't illegal to have done.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about the fact that they're coming out now and admitting that they did pay Cohen back.
Yeah. Well, he's admitting the whole Stormy Daniels thing, which he denied.
Right. Well, a lot of people are saying the reason why this is happening now is to get out in front of everything that came from the raid on Cohen's offices. Because they're saying basically that evidence now exists, so all the lies he told are about to come to the forefront anyways, so they're changing the narrative before that happens to get out ahead of it.
But changing the narrative to admitting the fact that you lied, it's not as illegal as it originally was.
Holy shit, the server's disappearing right before my eyes over here, actually. So I'm having your problem now. What the fuck?
See who's got a problem.
Oh my god, the nothing has come for us, Jeff.
Who's the one with the problem?
We both are now. That was crazy. I mean, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's total bullshit. Basically, they're like, I mean, we lied, but now we're telling the truth. But it's okay because, I mean, it's kind of like the narcissist prayer, right? I didn't do it. If I did do it, it was your fault. Like, I don't remember the whole narcissist. You know what I'm talking about, right? The narcissist's prayer.
I don't, but I think I understand the connotation you're trying to.
It's like 7 steps. I wish I had it in front of me so I could remember it all.
I think it's a different program.
No, it's like I think it ends like, and if I did do it, then you deserved it, or something like that. It's like I didn't do it. Man, I wish I had it in front of me. But I don't have my phone either. It's at 1% when I got home, so I had to plug it in. Anyways.
So I will tell you that I was making dinner tonight. And
will you tell me that? You'll admit to this.
I will admit to this. I was making dinner tonight. Yep. It happened. It's real. It happened. I was slicing up some stuff for a salad.
Uh-huh.
I looked down after slicing a cucumber and realized my finger was bleeding.
Oh god.
It was
How
not
bad?
bleeding because of the knife. I somehow dragged my hand across this freshly sliced cucumber in such a way where I sliced my finger.
Wow. That's quite impressive,
Onto
actually.
the cucumber.
Wow. It's like a paper cut, basically, but a cucumber cut.
I just never thought I'd have a cucumber cut in my life. Not one of the things I thought I would say. Like, where'd you get that cut, Jeff? Oh, a cucumber. Oh, you were cutting it up? Well, yeah, but it was the cucumber that did it, not the knife.
That's pretty impressive. I'm trying to think if I've ever been cut by something that I wouldn't have thought could do it.
I mean, I will tell you, I would rather get cut by a knife than by, like, paper or cardboard.
Yeah.
Like, paper and cardboard cuts hurt like a freaking bitch. They are so painful. I used to break down boxes at McDonald's all the time, and if you cut yourself on the box of cardboard, oh my god, it just I don't know why it was like so much worse than anything else you could cut yourself by.
It's always like the top of your hands too when you do it that way, because you're like pushing, like you're opening the box and you
right.
Yeah, so it's always in the worst spot.
I remember this one. Do you guys have a Renaissance Festival?
There's not one super close, but there's one close enough that we've been.
So there was one super close to where I was at when I was in high school, and because of that, it was a big thing for. Oh my god! Is this whole thing
Big thing for? Oh my god!
Oh no! I think I messed up one layer for whatever reason. Maybe not. Maybe
oh,
not.
Jeff, what reason did you do this?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no! It's good. It's good. I didn't.
You should sleep with me.
Well, we barely know each other.
I'll drive up and punch you in the face first.
And it makes some dogs attack me and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I had a Renaissance festival in near Flint area where I grew up. So since it was close, it was a big thing for the high school kids to go work at during, the Renaissance festival times. It was, they would get high school labor, and high school kids would be like, "Woo! I have a job that pays me $4 an hour," or whatever the hell they paid at the time. And
right.
So it was a quote unquote win-win for everybody in a case like that. But I worked there, and you usually worked in the food area when you were just like starting out. And I worked at this one booth that we did like French fries, fried zucchini, fried mushrooms, cheese sticks, like things like that. And of course, everything's in freezer boxes, just like your typical restaurant or whatnot. And I remember watching this girl, like, because we used to have to, you take all your stuff out, and then you were supposed to, like, break down the boxes. You throw the boxes in a certain area, and these people drive by and, like, gators and pick them up. And she was taking
alligators?
Yes, and alligators. They actually, like, had, like, reins on them, and they would, like, pull up on them. And then mouth
would you did say in gators, right?
On the box. Yeah, a gator is like the John Deere, like the 6-wheeler little John Deere type. It's almost like an El Camino of tractors.
Okay.
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what a gator is.
Yeah, it's like a 6-wheeled John Deere. It's got a flatbed in the back like a pickup truck, but it's like, a little, electric / gas powered tractor, whatever one that they happen to have around. You've never seen these before?
I probably have, and I just don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think if there was any in Farming Simulator. I don't remember them off the top of my head, though. But either way, they would come around and pick up all your cardboard deposits, and you'd have to put them outside. But it was basically, if you went and got something from the area that had the frozen food, your booth itself was very small, so you didn't have that much room to like store the boxes in. So you pulled out all the bags, you broke the box down immediately and threw it outside because you didn't have a room in your food booth to have all this stuff. And there was a girl that worked in this booth, and she was trying to rip at this box lid, and you could tell she was just struggling and could not get the box to break down. And I told her, I said, just put it up on the table and, punch through the back. You're going to be able to punch through it easier than trying to rip the tape off. And I watch her put this box down, upside down, so the closed end still is higher. And she is like punching this thing as hard as she can, and you can tell she's like really giving it her all, and like her hand is just like stopping on the box, like it is not going anywhere. This box is indestructible. And I was like, okay. She was like, I cannot do this, Jeff, will you just do this for me, because I don't know what's wrong, I can't get this box to break. And it wasn't the first box that she did or anything like that, like there was multiple that she's successfully done. And I was like, yeah, let me take care of this one for you. And since I had watched her, my senses took over in probably a very negative way, because
did you just go and destroy this box?
I put this box on the table and I just wound up and dropped. So I'm punching down. So the box is kind of in front of me, and I'm punching from the top down toward the top of this table. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if she happened to loosen it on her very last hit or whatever. But when my fist came flying at it, it immediately, with like zero amount of pressure, broke the tape, and my hand slammed straight into the table because I was swinging so hard. I was so sure I had broken my my hand. And I actually like had to have help for the rest of the day because my hand hurt so bad.
Jesus.
The joys of the food service industry.
I almost cut my thumb off on the fucking meat slicer at Shoney's.
I'm surprised that there's not more of that happening.
Yeah, because I mean, no one ever uses the guard. You're supposed to use the guard, but you get this, like, you do it so much, you get this mentality of I don't need the guard, and yeah. I almost had a very bad accident with I don't remember what I was cutting now, but I cut my thumb real good. I still got a big old scar on it.
You watch cooking shows, or you watched cooking shows in the past, at least, if you don't anymore. What do you think about the Mandeline?
I mean, the same thing. You should be using the guard, but no one ever does on these shows, right?
Every time I watch these cooking shows and I see somebody pull out a Mandeline and they're slicing things in the slimmest possible slices, and they're not using the guard, it freaks me out, and I don't understand. Especially when you're watching one of those shows that they're supposed to be training, like Worst Cooks in America. It's one based on the fact that these people know nothing about cooking. They cook terrible meals, and they're teaching them how to use a mandolin and not teaching them how to use the guard. Why the fuck would you risk putting your hand over top of something a centimeter away from the blade as opposed to just putting the goddamn card on the top? And it's not just any old
blade. That's just so sharp, such a sharp blade. Yeah, just skin your hand right up.
I don't understand. I don't understand why a professional chef wants to use that one without the freaking guard, let alone a new chef.
Yeah, you see it on Chopped a lot too, like those kind of shows, and you would think.
Well, and the funny thing is, in Chopped is so like biased towards certain people, because they'll sit there and say, like, it'll go back to the judges table and they'll be like, I can't believe they're not using the guard. They're gonna like slice their hand open. I can't believe that they have this poor of a technique not to use a guard on something that sharp. And then it comes to like the judging and all, and they'll make a comment about how they didn't use the guard and how they have to take that into consideration because it's unsafe practices. And then like the next episode, nobody uses the guard and they're like, this was the most delicious thing I've ever had. Your technique is perfect in every way. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I agree. That show is very much like that.
I actually don't watch
Alex Bordichelli. I hate that woman.
You've said this before, how much you hate Alex Bordichelli.
I really do.
I used to really like her. I don't watch Chopped anymore because I kind of lost.
Because Alex Bordichelli?
Well, no, not her specifically, but I did lose taste in some of the personalities that are on that show, because they seem like, I used to really like Jeffrey Sakarian because I thought he was like this older, mature chef who was all about teaching people and like expanding like the horizons of food and this and that, and then he kind of just turned into like this arrogant asshole. And then you got and then you got Scott Cohen. Is that the dude's name?
God, I haven't watched the show in so long that you're naming people, and I can't think of who any of these people are.
Jeffrey Zakarian was the first one, I think, that won the Iron Chef. What was that Iron Chef?
Next Iron Chef?
Next Iron Chef? Yeah, I think he might have been the first one that won it. That might be completely wrong. He's an Iron Chef because of that show. I just don't remember if he was, first.
Yeah. But is he bald?
No, gray hair though. Straight up gray hair. He looks like he 50s salt and pepper. He probably like salt and peppers his hair purposely, type of deal to make it.
Oh, I know you're talking about. He wasn't the first winner though. I do know who you're talking about now, but no, he wasn't the first winner.
But then there's like Scott Cohen, who was always the biggest asshole on the show that everybody hated because he was that evil judge who just told you how bad you were. And I liked him more and more throughout the seasons of it I watched because he almost seemed more real.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So kind of lost interest with a lot of.
I think that show is one of those shows that started out more realistic, and then the celebrity judges like played it up more and more as the show went on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they actually gained a lot of. These are people I'd never heard about before watching the show Chopped,
right?
And then all of a sudden they were famous, even more famous chefs because of Chopped, because they had airtime. And
right.
Man, how far am I now? Where do you think I'm at? 33. I'm actually making progress, but holy
I was going to guess 36. I wish I'd said it before. So that would have been my guess.
You claim now.
Yeah, I know, right? Of course you were going to say 36.
Yeah, damn.
If I was going to lie, I would say I was going to say 33.
Man, I was going to say 33 on the nose. You ever see that Price is Right? That the guy guesses the Showcase Showdown exactly.
I mean, I've seen that happen before.
It's only happened once, so it must
really.
Be, I'm
no
99%.
Okay, maybe no. I guess I'm thinking of the thing you guessed beforehand. Never mind.
That happens relatively.
Never mind. Okay, that's the last thing they do, right?
Yeah, Showcase Showdown is the last thing that they do.
What do they get if they guess it exactly?
I think the only stipulation is that if you're within 1,000, you end up winning both showcases.
Right.
So
and you think you get like something even extra special if you guessed it on the nose.
Yeah. No, I guess you don't, but I guess they also never thought it would happen. And that guy got like examined for like cheating, and I still question whether he actually cheated or not, because that seems like damn near impossible. But he claims he just like watched the show for multiple months beforehand, and they tend to like repeat, prizes and all that stuff, which is not unrealistic. So he just memorized standard prizes that he would see and what they actually cost. So I mean, it's possible, but unrealistic.
You ever seen that that guy that cheated on that like game where the thing went around and around?
Oh,
and
the whammy stuff. Well, he didn't.
Yeah,
in my opinion, he didn't cheat.
Well, yeah, no, he figured it out, but yeah, they definitely got him for cheating.
I think he still walked away with his money though, because they couldn't.
I think so. Yeah,
they couldn't prove that he did anything wrong per se. You know what's really funny about that guy, and this is what I kind of want to figure out. That was his second time on the show.
Really?
Yeah, he thought he had perfected his craft. The first time he was on the show, was unsuccessful with it. Somehow got on the show again to do it appropriately, and I'm thinking, how the fuck do you get on the game show twice? Like, I
mean, I think it's one of those things, kind of like how you get on Survivor sort of thing.
Yeah, probably. I need to figure that out. I'm working on another video, by the way.
Oh, good luck with that.
Well, yeah, it's not going to really go anywhere, but I'm going to try. I started watching the last season. So
the one, not the one that's airing.
Not the one that's airing
probably already
now,
finished.
which is like almost done, right?
I think it may even be finished.
Yeah, it might have finished. Julia was getting frustrated because the survivors from the last time are still on the oh god damn it, are still on the DVR taking up room. So I've 40 Survivor episodes sitting on there. So we started watching it. And
so that's the one with the nurses, firefighters, and Jeffs?
Yes, it's that one. And yes, the concept of it does make me mad because I should be.
Was the third thing professors? Because if so, I mean,
no, it's heroes, hustlers, and healers.
Okay. Professors or hustlers?
Oh god, if it was professors, that would be terrible. I am up to a point though where I think it's funny, and I haven't seen the end of this episode yet, and I will just say there's like a secret advantage in there, and it's the one where the person, you've seen this one, right?
I've seen the whole season, yeah.
So it's the one where the secret advantage is the person can not play a vote or play a blank vote and get to have 2 votes at like a tribal in the future. And I have some questions about that, having not seen. I don't even know what happens if this person does it. I think it's very interesting that it's changing the way that people are thinking about voting, because they think there's going to be a split vote, and she wants to make sure people know that she's probably not even playing a vote, so they can't really count on her vote type of deal.
Right.
And I think it's really interesting that it even goes into the strategy of it all. But what happens, and maybe this happens, but I don't know, what happens if it was like a tie vote where that last vote would have put it over for one way or the other?
They vote again, and she still doesn't get to vote.
But do they make mention that there is a blank vote in there? Because my thought process was this would be a secret thing. Like, they would just read enough votes to get somebody voted out, and therefore you wouldn't know that somebody played a blank vote.
Right.
But I'm not sure. Do they go into the fact that you will read all the way up to and say somebody has played a blank vote? And to add that little allure to the rest of the people.
Right. I remember what happened, so I'm not going to comment.
That is my thought process on it now. However, this is the same episode, and this is something that we can talk about, where they said that they all found this. And this, I find this stupid, by the way. It was the one where they got the prize, where it was eat all the food that you want, this big spaghetti dinner type of deal. And after the won, and they were like, oh, by the way, you have to eat in an order. There's only a certain amount of food. You can eat as much as you want, but, it's in seclusion. Nobody knows this, that, the other. So I think that was a really new, cool twist on things to start.
Yeah.
But the fact that there was a secret in there written on the bottom of the plate. Do you remember?
I remember how the one dude hit it and stuff.
Well,
and
why was he the only one that hit it?
Well, I thought it was weird whenever they start putting the napkin under the food. And
so
stuff.
Right, that's when the first guy's like, I don't want anybody to see this. I'll just put spaghetti straight up on a napkin.
Yeah, but it took several people before anyone even realized too. They were just like, spaghetti on a napkin. That's totally normal.
Right. And then finally, the smart guy at the end is like, I'm gonna hide this thing somewhere in the woods because I don't want anybody else to see this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad someone finally. Yeah, I'd actually forgot that someone was like, let's just get rid of the plate.
But the best part about that episode was he goes out, finds when the other guy he knows about it, goes to the bathroom. He's like, I better go get this shit on lockdown now because this guy is going to come after it because he knows about it, obviously. He goes and gets the thing, and then the guy starts getting it. Everybody tries to get involved. They're all fighting because they realize that there's an idol here, and the guy who actually has the idol is just standing there in the corner going,
yeah.
Like, you guys are fighting over something I have in my pants right now, so I'm just going to watch.
Yeah, that was pretty funny how it all went down, and then everyone realized that something's going down that's already went down.
Yeah, I gotta say the season is pretty decent so far, and it's like pretty.
Well, that's what I thought that they changed. I remember telling you this, that I thought they changed enough stuff that made it seem somewhat fresh. And this is after I just watched Australian Survivor, even that I really enjoyed more than I'd have enjoyed an American Survivor in a while.
Well, I wonder if they're taking because Australian Survivor really isn't that new, like the seasons that we're watching, or excuse me, not that old. I mean,
yeah, I was about to say they are pretty new.
Yeah, they're not that old. So I wonder if they're just taking because that's obviously part of the same, the same producers and stuff. It's not like
it's not Mark Burnett though. I think that they've sold the rights or something, or like licensed the rights or something like that. But I mean, it's obviously the same. I mean, there's money changing hands here, and there's some guy training the other dude to be Jeff.
Right,
Australian Jeff.
And I will be honest, I completely see in 5 years, if that, Jeff Probst is going to want to retire at some point. He's spent,
oh man, no, Jeff Probst has got to do this shit forever,
dude. 36 seasons so far.
Yeah. He can't retire.
36 divided by 2 is how many years it's been, because there's 2 a year, right? So it's been like
it wasn't always 2 a year.
Oh, was it not always 2 a year?
Mm-mm.
Didn't it
No,
start?
they've
Didn't
done
Survivor
it.
start in 2001?
Either that or 2000. It was right after I graduated high school.
So either way, 18
so yeah,
years
about there.
That he
Right.
spent at least 40 days in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
And then more recently, whenever it started, 80 days, because obviously he's doing it twice a year, outside of like the country, like to do this show. He's got to be getting sick of it at some point. To like,
he's required.
he's required. I think they're training the Jeremy from the Australian version to take over.
No, don't do this. No, he's got to stay. I mean, the Australian version needs to keep on going too.
But when was the I don't think it has, like, we're the ones we watched like 2014 and 2015 or something like that.
No. The last one.
And by the way, I haven't even seen the end of the first one, or I haven't even started watching the second one yet. But
no, the second season just happened. Basically, like that's
really?
like yeah. No, this is
I
new
was
stuff.
Older for some reason.
Mm-mm. No, that like just happened. That's why we haven't had a season 3 yet, but it's coming.
Oh, okay. But I do see it being something that they're prepping Jeremy to
Eventually
take over
Jeff.
for Jeff Probst.
I bet no. I mean, I don't agree with you. But you could be right. I won't say I think that it's impossible for you to be right on this. I feel like that he's done such a good job with Australian Survivor that he should keep doing that. And if they're going to replace Jeff, it should be someone else, not dude from Australia.
Like Jeff Sano? Keep it in the Jeff family?
Yeah.
If I'm not going to be a contestant, I'm okay with being the host.
Well, if you get to be the host, can there be like some nepotism and you get me in there?
Isn't there nepotism in the show now?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, of course. Like, geez.
Of course.
So, like that was a question, dude. Okay, where do you think I'm at now? Because I don't know.
24.
29.
Oh,
I didn't make that much progress. It takes a lot longer to do a 7 layer.
I haven't been digging down at all tonight. I've been digging. I've been doing this first. Well, no, I've been doing the first row here, so we get some seeds planted, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, you're doing like the X, I'm doing the Y type of deal.
Right, that's my plan. But like, I haven't even dug. Basically, I've just been putting water, making rows, planting seeds.
Oh, this is we need it. We're gonna need a bunch of seeds for sure. I just want to see how. If we can make progress, especially if we plan on going to Sky Limit as well, Like,
right.
you just want to dig down in the first place and be like, wow, how much was this actually to do?
Oh yeah, I think you underestimated the work that's going to go into making this.
I did a little bit, though. I will say, in 2 episodes, I mean, we're getting relatively close to Bedrock.
We started this wasn't the first 2 episodes.
3 episodes, maybe.
It's been 4. This is the 4th
Really been
episode.
4 episodes that we've been doing this for.
Yeah, I think I'm right, because we did 2 last week, and then we did 1 the other night and 1 tonight.
But wasn't I could have sworn the last one that we did was the one we really started. We were doing a lot of planning before. Like, the last one's the one we really
started digging. We didn't
digging.
have. I guess you didn't have good tools. I had a good shovel, but you didn't.
That's true.
So yeah, we can count last episode as the first one with good tools, I guess. So this will be the second episode with good tools. Just the time it takes to like enchant all that stuff, get the levels and whatnot. That's also time technically spent on the project.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, the project itself I think is going to take a long time. I just meant the straight up digging.
Right.
The digging down piece. I'm waiting for you to tell me when I'm actually wrong in one of these things. Oh, I broke into a cave.
I've been waiting for that to happen, actually, because that was one of the things that was super annoying the first time I did this.
I definitely thought it was going to happen before this, but...
But yeah, we're actually out of time. So today's time spent. Time to clock out.
Well, guys, see you later. Going home for the day. See my
Bye, everybody.
family. Good's a slave driver. See ya.